Welcome to the Life After Well series. I'm Crystal Newman, your host, and I'll be taking you on a journey through the inspiring story of Quality Chemical Industries Limited, QCIL, as we celebrate 20 years of pharmaceutical manufacturing excellence in Africa. Together, we look back at the milestones that have shaped this iconic Ugandan and Pan-African company over the past 2 decades, and we explore the exciting future that lies ahead. Hello and welcome. I am honored to be sitting with the co-founder and chairman of Qcil, that is Quality Chemical Industries Limited, Emmanuel Katongole. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, Crystal. Keeping well.
It's lovely to see you.
Thank you. Lovely to see you.
We have a very big milestone coming up for Qcil, 20 years operational.
Yes.
And you have been a huge part of that story.
Indeed.
I'm sure you feel proud.
I must be proud because the achievements have been quite significant.
Quite substantial,
Substantial,
I
yeah.
have to say. Now, before we even get into this story, I'd like to know a little bit about you growing up. I asked you earlier when you started business, and you told me it was at the age of 5 or 6, and I was like, my goodness.
I am not the typical man who grew up in the city. I grew up in a rural area, in what used to be called Mubende district, now Mityana district. Born to peasant parents, illiterate parents,
Yes.
could not read and write. Family of 4. I was the last.
You're the youngest.
I was the youngest, and I had 3 sisters.
Okay.
Unfortunately, all of them departed.
Yes.
My growing up was kind of a sad story, because my father left where we were born in a little trading center called Blera in Mityana district, and came to Kampala looking for a job. I think he was kind of a laborer, a casual laborer. And my mother worked for church missionaries for a Catholic parish as a house helper, what we call a house girl today.
Yes.
And when my father came to work in 1966, we never saw him back. I think it's believed he was killed during the confusion that was here that year.
Okay.
And I stayed with my mother, a poor woman, took us to school, a Church of Uganda school called Bleda Church of Uganda School. It was more of a tree-shade school.
Okay.
And in 1969, my mother decided to remove my sisters from school because there was no money. At that time, the thinking was probably you concentrate on the boy, get the girls to be married off, and that will be the case. Today, I believe that actually the next stage of global development is going to be powered up by women.
We're seeing quite a lot of that now.
Yes, I've seen it. I've seen it in my corporate world. But my sisters, unfortunately, didn't get an opportunity to go to school. Our elder sister got pregnant when she was 15 years of age. 15 years of age is an infant, but that was the time.
Yes, it was normal then.
Yeah, she took the pregnancy to term, and unfortunately, she bled to death when the baby was popping out, and we lost her. And the other 2 later, when HIV/AIDS came, they are among the first victims for HIV/AIDS, and this propelled me to do what I do. I stayed with my mother until she also passed on in 2002. But generally, that's how it has been. But I think the biggest contribution and the decision that my mother took that I should have an education, and then got a good Samaritan who helped me to study, went to Namilyango College, eventually to Makerere University. I believe that education as an equalizer.
Yes.
That Emmanuel, the village boy, and and Crystal, the city lady, we can be on the same table because of education. And,
that is true.
And I'm grateful that I could get that.
Yes, an example of where education truly gives you the opportunity to change your story.
It changes the narrative. It pulls you from grace to grace. It empowers you. However small it is, that's why I am also a very keen supporter of the education policies being pursued by government, free primary education, free secondary education. It kind of pulls that backwardness from a human being. And one is able to do things that, even if one is not able to proceed to higher education, but basics like hygiene, basics like modern subsistence farming, education helps to pop that up.
Yes.
And so
I believe education actually teaches us how to be productive in society as well, and how to interact with others from different backgrounds.
It does.
Because the people you meet in school come from many different backgrounds.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So you went to Namilyango College.
Yes, I went to Namilyango. Namilyango College was such an interesting place because leaving my village, I was 14 years of age.
You came straight from...
Yes.
Oh.
That was my first time to step in a vehicle. First time. When I reached Namilyango College, it was first time to see electricity. I'd never seen electricity. It was first time to even if I imagine that people take shower inside the house.
Okay.
So it was
another world.
It was another world. It was my first time to see television. So it was a different world that opened up opportunities. Opened up opportunities because you get out this village mentality and so you know this is what I've got to aspire to. So Namilyango College played a very important role in my life.
Has a special place in your heart as well.
Yes, it has.
Okay. Yes. Your background is statistician and economist, if I remember.
Yes, at university I did. At first I was meant to do engineering. I was very good at sciences.
Okay.
And particularly mathematics. During our time, I doubt that there's anybody in this country who was better in mathematics than me.
Okay.
During our time, I was very good. But I chose to do a Bachelor of Statistics degree. That time, Bachelor of Statistics was an African program funded by the United Nations, and were being paid to study. And having some bit of money was such an exciting event.
It was very attractive.
Very attractive, very attractive. So we were just 16 students in my class of Bachelor of Statistics.
Really?
And 8 Ugandans, and the other 8 were from, I think we had one from Kenya, 2 from Kenya, 1 from Ghana, 2 from Tanzania. You know, it was...
So it's like an African...
It was an African program. Bachelor, the Institute of Statistics and Applied Economics at Makerere University was started as a Pan-African program funded by the United Nations.
Okay. Yes. Oh, that's fascinating. I didn't know that.
Yeah, great history.
Yes.
Great history. And it was fun being there. Being there, and we were quite envied when we were at Makerere University.
Because you...
Oh, we had money. We had money.
So at that point, were you a student and doing some business on the side, or were you focused to just your studies?
Yes, we were kind of, during our time, I would say, it was very difficult to to push business away. You do some little bit of trading here and there. You buy reams or papers from the university bookshop and sell them. You do a bit of trading here and there to make some money. But we concentrated more on our education, on our studies.
But that natural understanding of value addition in wherever you are was always part of
yes, I think I started doing business at a very young age. Because to complement my mother's income, which was very meager. I mean, you can imagine she could not raise 650 shillings. Mark you, not 650,000, but 650. That was the money that you needed to pay for entire year.
Okay,
at
you pay a
Namidango
whole
College.
year.
A whole year.
Okay.
650 shillings. But it was difficult to get. Yeah, I mean, we had a few goats. I think she sold a few, 2-3 goats that we had, but she could not raise the 650. And for me, working was part of my process. I would mainly, because Bulera Trading Center is near a tea estate, and my father's first job was a tea picker. And so I could boil cassava, boil maize very early in the morning, 6 o'clock, go sell my cassava and my maize, and then around 7 I rush to school. So that gave me that entrepreneurial spirit at a very young age.
And we've been able to see it play out
in
the world today.
Well, I think once you start being an entrepreneur at a very young age, it stays in you.
It's part of you.
It becomes part of you that every time you want to change a product into something, however low it is, you want to change it into something, you want to add value. Just imagine picking maize from the field, getting it ready, boiling it, and then selling it. It's added value. It's added value, and business is about that.
Yes.
Manufacturing is about that. You transform products by getting changing its shape, changing its composition, and creating a higher value for it. And when you sell, you get a margin.
Yes.
You get a margin, which is called profit. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So after Makerere University, I know that you also went on to do a master's.
Yes, I did work for a couple of years. A couple of years with a group of companies. Then was one of the strongest groups called the Sembole Group of companies.
Yes, yes.
Unfortunately, it's no longer there. But then I wanted to exercise my entrepreneurial spirit, and that's when I teamed up with 6 other people, and we started Quality Chemicals. Quality Chemicals, it didn't start here at Quality Chemical Industries.
Yes, Quality Chemicals Limited.
Limited,
yes.
At Katwe.
Yes, yes.
And when we started it, my colleagues gave me an opportunity to be the team leader. I started as the founder, managing director. And we didn't have enough money, and that's why we chose to start in Katwe, because rent was that low. But we had that belief. We had that belief that with hard work, with a good product, good pricing mechanism, we could do the business wherever we are. Of course, the beginning was depressing. People would kind of laugh at you. A person with a university degree, you in Katwe, which is considered the poorest of the poor. And in fact, one time someone commented that you work in a place where the only product is coffins for dead people and metal products. But we managed to do something there. We managed to develop a good business in life sciences.
Yes.
And
so there was a vision.
There was a vision.
And people forget that you must start somewhere.
Yeah. We had the drive. We had the drive that we must succeed. We had that determination we were dedicated. And we had that audacity to succeed, and the discipline to succeed. We did whatever it takes to make sure that we transition. And at that time, that's when I decided to do my master's degree. Because
to complement what you were doing?
To complement what we were doing. I saw the opportunity in public sector because I developed a lot of love for neglected diseases. Neglected diseases at that time was malaria and HIV/AIDS. And to me personally, it spoke volumes. It spoke volumes to me because I do not know how many bouts of malaria that I suffered as a child. And my mother would just get a plant called mululuza and just squeeze it, and you take a mug of it. Now, growing up, I see it wasn't any different from Artemisia newer, which is the very plant that we extract to get derivatives for the modern medicine for malaria.
Yes.
But this we could take very raw, just squeezed. But we didn't die. We didn't die.
No, we didn't. And it helped.
Yeah, and it helped. We're here. So that suffering gave me a liking to be part of a solution. But also the fact for HIV/AIDS. HIV/AIDS was such a huge problem at that time.
Yes, you mentioned you lost two sisters. Problem.
Yes, my two sisters, my remaining two sisters. My first sister, as I told you, childbirth died.
Yes, yes.
The other two sisters were among the first people to get HIV in this country. Crystal, I don't know whether you've ever seen someone dying of HIV/AIDS without care. It's so frightening, so depressing. I saw my sister, particularly the one that I follow. She really went out so thin, and by the time she died, I think she was less than 10 kilograms.
Oh my goodness.
And you could not believe it. And that gave me the energy to start dreaming. And thank God that my colleagues, the co-founders of the business, were in psych. We saw it as an opportunity. But the biggest opportunity is, I think, an opportunity that was created by President Museveni. Because President Museveni was among the first leaders in the world to acknowledge that HIV/AIDS was a problem. And that he deserves a Nobel Prize for that.
Yes.
He deserves a Nobel Prize. You can hate him for anything, but for that, he's a hero.
Yes.
He's a hero, like he's a hero on liberation issues. But he came out open. When other countries were hiding.
Yes, everyone was hiding.
Everyone was hiding. And people were dying in thousands. He came out in the open and said HIV/AIDS was a big problem. He coined, him and the First Lady coined this idea of ABC. ABC, if you remember very well, abstinence,
condoms,
be faithful.
Was it?
Or condoms.
Yeah, and they all use condoms. Abstinence, be faithful.
Abstain. Because sex was mainly through heterosexual and bit of homosexual, but in Africa it's mainly heterosexual relationships.
Yes, yes.
And he came out and said, just abstain from sex. Is that something that you can achieve 100%? Well, I don't know.
To a certain age.
I don't know.
And then people become active.
Yeah, but then he went out and said, if you cannot abstain, be faithful to your partner.
Yes.
Stick to your partner. It takes two to do this.
Yes.
Be faithful. But he even went further and said, if you are not faithful, use a condom.
Yes.
And it became ABC became such a global phenomenon. It's become such a global phenomenon that we saw HIV rates that were about 16-17% incidence rates, falling down, and stabilizing at about 5-6%. And that became the biggest successful story in management of HIV/AIDS, prevention of HIV/AIDS.
Yes.
And that
Till
credit
today, Uganda is still considered.
is a shining star.
Yes.
And that credit goes to President Museveni. But then when this came up of prevention and the like, we had almost over 1 million people. Again, the president came up and said, do we leave these 1 million people to die off? I think he exercised his parental side of life and said, no.
We have to help.
We have to have a solution. And at that time, there was an emergence of what is called antiretroviral therapy, ARVs.
Yes.
The first product was by GSK, a product called Zidovudine, AZT, Zidovudine. And that product was for the rich, because a month treatment would go to about $2,000. And it helped. It wasn't that effective. It helped about $2,000. So it was for the rich.
Oh my goodness.
The poor people could not access it. Then a new product called Stavudine came in, and another one called Nevirapine came in. And India, particularly a company called Cipla Limited, was actually the savior. Because the chairman of Cipla, Dr. Mead, is a great scientist. Got a PhD from University of Cambridge. He took up interest in research and came up with a combination of these 3 products. Stavudine, Nevirapine, and AZT.
Okay.
Combine them into one product, what is called a triple therapy combination product.
Okay.
And this was a revolution. And he did it as part of his social investment for Cipla. Brought the prices
down,
skyrocketing down, free fall, from about $1,000 a month to about $30 a month.
Wow.
$1 a day. And we found ourselves in the right place at the right time, because we were the local representatives of Cipla.
Okay, so that's how it started.
Yes, that's how it started. And then President Museveni said we must supply. That was the first year. Government of Uganda, bought from us medicines worth $25 million. $25 million, big stuff. And Ugandans started accessing medicines. Isn't President Museveni our hero?
Yes.
Just imagine if you ever had someone who was sick and has a life today.
Because we now know many people who live
Absolutely.
great lives.
Absolutely.
As long as you take care of yourself, you
Absolutely.
take your drugs.
I mean,
it is not the death sentence it used to
it
be.
is not a death sentence. Here at Qcil, we supply over a million treatments. That basically means that at least 1 million people are being treated. Let them be anywhere in Africa. They're being treated.
Yes.
And they are living, not cured from HIV/AIDS, but close to a normal life. But to go back to the situation, I picked a lot of interest in what the public sector was doing. And I said I must do a master's degree.
Yes.
So I did an evening program at Makerere University for a master's in economic planning, policy and planning. Did that for 2 years while working. Got it. Yeah. Yeah.
And it has helped you, would you say?
It helped me to appreciate how the public sector works.
Okay.
How an economy works. How planning of an economy is. When you appreciate those tools that are used to plan the economy, then you're better to relate it to your business and use these planning tools to plan a bit for the business. Yes.
Okay. So you've explained to us how Qcil happened. But I want to understand, when you broke ground, which is over 20 years ago,
Yes.
did you envision what it has become? Was that the dream?
We in our minds and in our plans, our vision, we thought it would grow big. And we dreamt it big. So we believed, actually, a good friend of mine, may his soul rest in peace, the late Archbishop Livingston Mpalanyi Nkoyoyo, would tell us, and every time I had a conversation with him, he would tell me, always dream big, start small, scale up fast. So we didn't start that small because the opportunity came, but then the operations were small.
Yes.
Today, our operations in the last 20 years have really moved significant.
Yeah.
We had that vision.
You had the vision.
But it scaled up faster than we ever imagined because we got good partners. CQIL was #1 in the world when it came to generic medicines. The government of Uganda supported us. I must tell you that this land was given to us free by the head of state, by the president of Uganda. This used to be a garden for prisons.
Okay.
And when we started, it was potato garden here. And the president gazetted it and made it an industrial park. And we were the first people to put up a facility in this industrial park.
Oh my goodness.
So that came in our favor, again, government support. The government gave us an offtake. Again, the president came up and said, should you manufacture the medicines that meet quality standards as measured by the National Drug Authority and later approved by the WHO, the government of Uganda will buy all the medicines. That was a huge statement by the president and by the government of Uganda.
Yes.
So when they did that, we signed the agreements. And this, because the biggest challenge to manufacturing of pharmaceuticals is access to technology. Through CIPLA, we got access to technology.
Yes.
The next big problem is access to markets. Through President Museveni and the government of Uganda, we got access to market. So all we had to do was to work hard.
Yes, to deliver.
Work hard and deliver on the promise. And we delivered on the promise.
Okay.
We delivered on the promise. We manufacture about 500 million treatments for malaria every year. 1 million plus of HIV/AIDS. We have a registration footprint in 34 African countries, active trading in 14 African countries, significant payment of taxes to the government of Uganda, a workforce that exceeds 500, over 300 of them are technical, who would never have known how to dissect a molecule, how to get atoms together to form a product. They are great scientists now, great scientists. Some of them have left and started their own businesses.
Because when you were starting out, some things basically aligned. What you're talking about, the land was given to you, the partnership with CIPLA, the president giving his guarantee. Those are wonderful things. But in terms of finding the technical staff, how did you go about that?
Yes, at first, when we signed an agreement with CIPLA and they took up shareholding in the business, and that's how we formed Qcil, Quality Chemical Industries Limited. Came as a joint venture between CIPLA Limited of India and Quality Chemicals Limited. Eventually, it progressed and things changed, but those were the two shareholders. And at first, we thought that we'd get the majority of technical staff from India. But trust me,
that was not the
Ugandans have got that resilience. Given an opportunity, they can prove themselves. Because at first, we had plans of getting 60 to 80 expatriates from India. But then when we put up adverts and we interviewed people, we found that there were Ugandans who were capable. We reduced that number of 60 expatriates to 10. And the rest of the job was done by Ugandans. But now we've trained them. Let me tell you, we have got over 200 scientists in the actual sense, who are scientists today.
Okay.
Because of 20 years of experience, hands-on research, being involved in quality control, quality assurance, being exposed to modern pharmaceutical formulation. Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Over 20 years.
Yes.
A lot has happened, I have to say.
Yes.
But I'm sure there were some challenges. There must have been some challenges. Was there ever a moment where you and partners were like, wait a minute, this is becoming a little difficult?
Yeah, challenges will always be there. Challenges will always be there. Particularly when we wanted to expand.
Okay.
I tell you, and again with the help of His Excellency the President, we signed an off-take agreement with the government of Kenya.
Okay.
And they guaranteed buying from us $30 million per annum worth of medicines.
Okay.
That was great, and we needed to expand our manufacturing capabilities to meet this demand. We invested an extra $15 million to meet this extra demand from Kenya. Tell you what, it never happened. The government of Kenya did not implement the agreement. We wanted to take them to court, but His Excellency the President said, no. These are our brothers, let's maintain our brotherhood. But we had to absorb that.
That's a big blow.
That was a big blow. But, you know, for every negative force, there is a positive force.
Okay.
For every reaction, there is what?
An equal and opposite reaction.
That's the physics of those old years. But because we spent that kind of money, we expanded our production. Kenya did not buy. But new opportunities came. Global Fund opened to us. The Presidential Malaria Initiative of the United States opened to us. A number of countries opened to us. And no regrets.
So it played out.
It played out.
Differently, but it played out the way it should.
It played out. Originally, it was such a big challenge. But there's also been other challenges, you know. Finance, I would say finance hasn't been a big challenge. I must say that commercial banks have been very cooperative. We've been getting quite competitive rates with commercial banks.
Okay.
The government of Uganda lent to us $5 million at the very beginning. Paying it back was a challenge, but we worked so hard.
And you did.
And we paid. I think we went into history as one of the few companies that the government of Uganda has lent money.
And you paid it back.
And we paid it back.
I remember that.
And we paid it back. And I feel I have no regrets about it. Of course, the options were there. The options would be, others don't pay back. Why don't we pay? But we said our consciousness does not allow us. We made a promise to the president that we shall pay it back, and we paid it back.
Yeah, I remember that. That was definitely something very impressive.
Thank you.
So on this journey, you've mentioned so many of these wonderful partnerships and people who have believed in you. to make this vision come to life the way it has?
Yes.
You've mentioned the president and his amazing support. Are there any other people that come to mind and you're like, I really want to?
Yes, I certainly, I'll not get tired of praising what President Museveni did for us, but there were a number of other key players. The National Drug Authority, it takes care of the technical supervision of manufacturing facilities in the country. The fact that they've been timely and doing the job, because you've got to get certifications. They've been very timely. The World Health Organization, at first was a challenge, but when they came in and found that our facility was equal or even better than the best of the world, they put us on priority list. They whenever every 2 years, 2 to 3 years, they do their quality inspection, they would come. And we've been passing these, if I could call them exams, the inspections, we've been passing them.
Yes.
So we give credit to them. The national medical stores, they handle the offtake, the implementation of the uptake agreement we have with the government. They've been very cooperative. Otherwise, they could decide to create reasons, or our stores are full, this is not there, we don't need the product. But they have been quite very cooperative. The Minister of Health, plays a part because they are the line ministry.
Yes.
Minister of Finance, to make sure that budgets to buy the products are there. We tried to address the issue of availability, accessibility, and affordability. Affordability could say, okay, is and availability and affordability is our part to play. But accessibility has to be done by the national medical stores. If they do not create a distribution network to get the medicines distributed across the country, it does not make sense to manufacture medicines that cannot reach the patient.
The people.
So they've done that very well. They've been very good partners. We've got international partners who are also been very helpful. I mentioned WHO, the Global Fund. The Global Fund listed us as one of the suppliers. The Presidential Malaria Initiative of the United States also bought product from us. There are a number of other smaller entities that have been buying. But national governments, we now supply to 14 national governments. And that is intra-African trade. Intra-African trade is quite very critical if the continent is going to develop.
Yes.
So really, these partnerships have been very key.
I read an interview. I think it was an interview that you did with BBC. And you were speaking to young entrepreneurs at the time.
Yes.
And you were saying that if you have a dream, you need to hold on to it.
Yes.
Because many people, are distracted, they have alternatives, but you were like, learn it A to Z.
Yes.
And don't give up on it. Would you like to add on to that advice?
Yes, we've been lucky. We've been lucky that, first of all, before I go to that, I'll tell you that in 2007, we won the Uganda Government Investor of the Year Award, big category. That was great. Then, 3 years later, we were selected to participate in the African Business Leadership Awards.
Okay.
The team, it was sponsored by the African Development Bank, came here, looked at our operations, opened our books, we went on to be the leaders in East Africa. I remember representing the company at the finals in Arusha in Tanzania. And it was such a great moment when Qcil was read as the African Entrepreneurial of the Year. That was great. And then there is what they call Ernst and Young World Entrepreneur of the Year.
Okay.
We again were selected to participate. That was 2013. We again became East African winners, and we represented East Africa. There was one company from South Africa, one from West Africa, and 3 companies represented Africa in the world.
Okay.
We reached the finals of the world. And that attracted a lot of attention. So I got a lot of interviews. CNN interviewed me, BBC interviewed me. I became kind of a mini celebrity like you. So just imagine this village boy being on CNN. It was, and I got a lot of speaking engagements.
Yes.
I did one at London Business School, at Said Business School of University of Oxford. I did 2 at Harvard Business School. I did one at Stein Business School of University of New York University. I did one at MIT.
Oh, wow.
These are Ivy League universities. And these again opened up opportunities for the business. And we've been called to share, including Uganda. We've done Makerere University Business School. We've done New Vision Pakasa. We've talked to the youth, tried to inspire them. And I still believe that Africa in general, and Uganda in particular, has a lot to gain from young people. Because about 60%, over 60% of our populations are people who are 35 years and below.
Yes.
These are young people. We've got to nurture them. The responsibility to make them work is as big to the government as it is big to all of us. It is our responsibility that we nurture this big force. Because if you have got 65% of your people being young people, and you don't look after them, you know that your future is completely in trouble.
Yes.
So we've had, other than creating jobs for them, we've held training sessions. First of all, the technical part of it. For those from universities, we have collaboration with Makerere University, Kyambogo University, Mbarara University, then a number of African universities, the university in Rwanda, Butale, the Nairobi University. We've had a stronger collaboration with the University of Namibia, University of Botswana, from Zambia. They come and train, but beyond that, we try to, as part of our social investment, try to get young people to focus.
Okay, to focus.
Focus. To have dreams in whatever they do. You should never underestimate what one does. However small it is, it can grow. However small it is, it can grow. So we try to inspire them. I do the same. I am very much involved in Rotary. We do the same in Rotary. We think it is part of our responsibility. It's part of our investment. I think it's shared value. It's shared value. We've moved away as a company from corporate social responsibility. We've moved away from that and go into shared value, into corporate social investment. We feel that investing in people, investing in protection of Mother Earth is part and parcel of our business.
Yes. And that's incredibly important. Incredibly important. So let me ask you now, 20 years down the road, we're now looking at probably the next 20, 50, 100 years. But let me ask you about the next 20 years. What would you like to see when it comes to Qcil?
First of all, even before I go to the next 20 years, we've expanded our reach when it comes to product reach.
Okay.
We started with ARVs and ACTs. We do a number of products. But the next 20 years, the ground is laid.
Okay.
As we
So you've already started on that journey.
Yes, as we celebrate 20 years, we've laid ground and we're putting up a plant that is double this size.
Double what you have now?
Double what we have. This is about 14,000 square meters. 14,000 square meters is quite a massive plant. And what we're now putting up for the next 20 years, which is started, funding is all through, done, and technology is all done, is 28,000 square meters. And what are we going to produce? We're going to produce to enhance capacity because of exports. One, we're introducing injectables for treatment of HIV/AIDS because new technology is coming up for injectables. We're introducing that. We're handling a very other big disease called sickle cell disease.
Yes.
Blood anemia. It's a blood disorder.
Blood disorder, yes.
Blood disorder. Just imagine how many. Africa has got close to 500,000 every year suffering. We want to solve that.
500,000 every year.
We want to solve that. Uganda alone, 30,000.
And we lose so many children.
30,000, we lose so many children. So we're going to start manufacturing a product called hydroxyurea. That at least helps to prolong people's lives. We're also doing for TB. There is no manufacturer for TB drugs. We're going to start doing TB drugs. There's a lot of co-infection between HIV/AIDS and TB, tuberculosis. We're also going to start doing that. So we also leaving ground to dream into other products. Products that are non-communicable. These diseases are also becoming a big challenge to communities. So we really want to see that these diseases do not kill our people.
Yes.
We want to be part of a solution to an African problem. So that's the 20 years we see. We look at these next 20 years with optimism, with bigger dreams. We hope we'll live to see it, but even if we don't live to see it, we've laid a strong foundation to make sure that this company will continue and outlive us.
There's a lot of work to be done.
There is.
And it shall come to pass.
And it shall come to pass. And it's good work. It's good work. It's good work when you see that you are affecting, you're changing people's lives. You're giving a second chance. A second chance to a life. You really feel satisfied. Mentally and emotionally satisfied.
That's wonderful. I feel like I can't keep you any longer, but this has been such a beautiful interview.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. As you wrap up, is there anything when you look back on the journey that maybe really surprised you at some point? Was there something that you were shocked by and you learned from?
The level of development, we really thought that the journey, that what we achieved in 5 years would be achieved probably in 20 years. that surprised us.
Okay.
The level of respect that our business gained across Africa, that surprised me. But then there are a few things that surprise me that are very personal. Someone comes to you crying and tells you in confidence that I'm alive because of you. So touching.
Yeah.
And to me, my sisters didn't die in vain. They died on a cross, like Jesus Christ died on a cross, so that others could be saved.
True. Wow. That is beautiful. And thank you. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for sharing a bit of your story with me.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate.
Thank you.